Good morning from Havelock Island. Today we have a very long day of traveling. First, let's take a ferry to Port Blair. Port Blair Airport, now flight to Bangalore. Arrived in Bangalore, last flight to Kochi. Let's go. That's it, we have arrived. Welcome to Kerala. We don't have a good experience in Indian airports with our bags and we are waiting for them to come out. Please. Go, 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 go. Please, 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 please. Yes! Yes!
We got our bags!
We are here outside the airport and it is actually cold. I mean, it's raining, that makes sense, but we're like very south. And still it's cold. We were expecting more humidity and way more heat, but it's just the opposite right now. Thank you. Thanks. Check out our room here in Fort Kochi, the oldest part of the city. We just arrived in Kerala for our 48-hour trip around this state of India, one of the most interesting ones. The thing is, we came in the monsoon season and it's raining very heavily. Ever since we arrived, it hasn't stopped, and I think it has been raining like the entire week or the entire month. We are now going to sleep here at this very interesting accommodation. It's called Rosita Wood Castle. The best part is the price. It only cost us like 18 euros, like 9 euros each, and it's just beautiful. The history of Kerala is also, in a sense, the history of the world. It was from these coasts that the Arabs took most of their spices from, and it's also because of the spices that the European colonialism was triggered at first. With first the Portuguese and Spanish, and then the rest of European countries. No, thank you. No, thank you. We are walking. We're just walking. Thank you. In fact, it was the Arabs who knew when to come to India to trade, since they knew all these routes, when to leave the Arab Peninsula in order to not to get the monsoon season and be able to trade without any problems and without their boats being dragged by the sea and by the heavy rainfall. Before the arrival of the Europeans, the Chinese also had interests in Kerala because of the big opportunities they had here for trade. In fact, the Ming dynasty had kind of a puppet government here before the arrival of the Europeans, but then everything would change. Look at this tree, how big it is. Wow. It was at the beginning of the 16th century that the Europeans would arrive first, and it would be the Portuguese, the ones to set foot on India first, because of this big ambition they had to find the spices, or at least to find an alternative route to the spice route, now that it was completely blocked by the Ottomans. In fact, the Portuguese would leave a very big legacy in the city, and you can see it in the colonial buildings and kind of the style of the city.
understand that it doesn't match what we want to do, right?
That's
Answer.
it. Anywhere if you want to, you will see.
Okay.
You come with me.
Okay.
You walk now. Now is the rain coming also.
Okay, do you have a phone number?
Then, after the Portuguese, the Dutch would take over and would kick out the Portuguese. But only 1 century later, the Mysore kingdom, which was an Indian kingdom actually, kicked out the Dutch and ruled over this land for about 40 years or so. This right here is the oldest European church ever built in India. It was built around the year 1100 and it remains open and functioning ever since. It has probably been the first time that I've been told to remove my shoes to enter a church. It is very interesting how they live Christianity here in India. In fact, Vasco da Gama was buried here when he died. However, his remains have been taken back to Portugal, but the original tomb is still here. For those who don't know who Vasco da Gama is, he was a very famous Portuguese explorer who I think he went around Africa and he reached India, creating then a new way of trading with India and Eastern Asia without having to pass through the Ottoman Empire and the Middle East. What you see here are the Chinese fishing nets. This technique was brought from China to India to this part in order to be able to be more efficient when fishing. We are now walking across Princess Road, which is one of the most important streets here in Kochi. This is where all the shops are. The building you have behind me, it's the Santa Cruz Cathedral, which was built by the Portuguese and then used by the Dutch and afterwards the English too. Peacock. It is now raining crazy. At least we are on a tuk-tuk. We are now at a palace which I don't remember the name. My entire body is now wet. That's what it takes to visit Kerala during the monsoon. If you have to come to one museum in Kochi, make sure it is this one. It is the Matan Cherry Palace, and for only 5 rupees, which is about 5 cents, you can visit the entire exhibition. This was an old Portuguese-built palace, then renewed by the Dutch, and now hosts a little bit of the Malabar and Kerala traditions and exhibitions, the traditional costumes, the history of the city of Kochi, and also some very, very cool paintings which are just stunning. I couldn't record anything because it was prohibited to take pictures and record. But I insist. We have been very surprised by this museum. Finally, and just like the rest of India, Kerala was introduced to the British Raj and conquered by England, which ruled this area for more than 100 years until India got its final independence, and Kerala would be part of the Union of India until today. We just arrived to Aleppo and we've come to a very strange location. This is where our boat is meant to pick us up, and then they are taking us to the island where we have our hotel. So yeah. Nice to meet you. Matthias' bag, it's 25 kilos. And we have to put it inside that boat. That's gonna be fun.
First I get on board. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Right. Mind your head, please.
Adios. Slowly, slowly, slowly. There you go. Thank you. We arrived at our accommodation in Aleppo. It is meant to be an island. It is quite far from the city, but it is in this unique location of the backwaters. Here you can see the river. Right now, as it's raining so much, the river is close to be overflooded. In fact, the lower ground of this building is overflooded right now. I just saw it. So yeah, let's check out what's around here. How are you?
She. Oh, what a nice duck. Happy duck.
I'm a happy duck.
Oh.
A dog. Good morning. Today we have woken up to the alert in Google Maps that there are floods in Kerala. That's something that we have been seeing along this journey through the region. However, we've never seen this like on Google Maps, like alert, be careful. So yeah, let's see if we don't run into a flood or roads are not closed, because today we really need to get to the airport. So fingers crossed. Goodbye. Ah. Can we have 2 tickets to Trivandrum at 3:30? Maybe late. How late?
Now there is a train which way up to Kochi from Don't you have to take another train, right? Bus.
A bus. From where? Kochuveli. Okay, thank you.
Late is a Trivandrum train. 35 minutes late. Okay.
We are in a situation here. We are here in the Alepe train station, and because of the floods, the train to Trivandrum is stopping at Kochuveli, which is another station before Trivandrum. And in addition to that, that train that is going to Kochuveli is late. So we have to find another way to get to Trivandrum, because we really need to get one flight that's leaving tonight. And if we don't, we will be in serious trouble. I think we're going to Kochuveli because it's really near the airport we have to go. So yeah, it's gonna be late. I hope it's not too late because of the floods, and fingers crossed once again. We don't know if we will make it. Hopefully yes. Okay, I think we are going now to Kochuveli. We are taking the train now. We are taking actually a train that was meant to come at 10 a.m. Now it's 12 a.m. and so it means that it has like a 2-hour delay. So yeah. Check out our cabin. This is actually 3-tier AC, so it's like the third class, I guess. And I don't know, but it's quite nice. We have these bunks to sleep, and there's almost nobody here. We really don't know how much it's going to take us to get to Trivandrum, but I believe we will make it on time. So big one today. The train cost us about €1, and we were inside for about 3 hours, and we did about 130 kilometers. The train itself was way better than many trains that I've tried in Europe, so big thumbs up, Indian trains, at least this one. In India, they prepare chai or tea in this way, which is a little bit of milk and very, very sweet. It is my second favorite after the one I drank in Morocco, which was just amazing. But this is very, very good. This has been the end of our Kerala trip. It has been a very, very intense trip in which we couldn't do most of the things that we wanted to do because of the rain, of course. At least we have visited India in a season where nobody visits it, which I think has made our trip more unique in a sense. I'm just looking forward to revisit this state whenever the weather is better and whenever we have more time, because it has been a rush. It has been just 48 hours. I leave India with very good memories. Overall, it has been a very, very nice experience. Thanks for watching, and see you soon.
See you soon.
Now on to Singapore.